What is up, all you try-hard gamers? What's going on? Coming back at you with another Elite Dangerous build. So look, I feel like I've accomplished something with this build because I set out to do something and I've been working on it for months and it finally came to fruition, okay? This is a viable, sustainable build, all laser build with no heavy cost to the systems, right? We're not relying on thermal conduit or anything like that. So let's jump right into it. 8C power plant. Didn't have the money, but if you can, A-rate it for sure. And I have overcharged on that. 7B thrusters. Again, A-rate it if you can. That's going to be dirty drive tuning. Then you got the 7A frameshift drive. Life support I could have upgraded, but I didn't do it yet. Sensors could have upgraded, but I didn't do it yet. This is important. Power distributor. You want charged enhanced power distributor for this. Okay, I've only got it up to grade 4. But the reason why is that we're firing all lasers and we want them to recharge as fast as possible while we're in the middle of combat. And there's a side thing to this also, which is that it allows you to boost more when you're in combat, which is a big thing for this ship because this ship is basically a space cow, right? It doesn't maneuver, it doesn't move, it doesn't do all those trick flying moves that we can do with like the Imperial Courier. It's not that sort of ship. As far as that, there's another thing. Look, I didn't have the money to buy the reactive surface composite, but if you can, buy it, because the name of the game with the ship is hull tanking the shit out of it. Okay, do that and get your resistances up, which we're going to talk about here in a second in the optional internal section. Okay, so for optional internals, we have the 8C bi-weave shield generator. It's always a must when you're doing PvE. We've got the 7D fighter hangar bay. This, I think, is necessary to bridge the gap for hull damage. We're still doing a shit ton of hull damage with these lasers, but we want to close the gap just in case we hit a ship with some extra hull hardness that we can't necessarily crack. This is a must. 6A fuel scoop. This is optional for the 4H Guardian frameshift drive booster. I did that just to get my my jump range up to 26.33. This is the most important. Hull reinforcement packages, all modified for kinetic. Now I know there are some of you out there who are saying, Mr. Tryhard Gamer, after so many percent, I think it's 60 or 70, you get diminishing returns. I realized that, but I was experimenting, and I like the way that this ship flies with these on here. It does a lot of resistance against kinetic damage, which is, that's what we're looking for, other than blast damage, right, from missiles or something like that. Interdictor, this can be swapped out for anything. I use this for my assassination missions, another hull reinforcement packages. Planetary vehicle, this can be swapped out. You know me, I like landing on planets and gathering a shit ton of resources, so that's something you could put on. And then of course you want this, the advanced docking computer, because this thing is a bitch to get through the mail slot. Utility mounts. So I've got 4 shield boosters. I did not put all shield boosters on, 1, to save power, and 2, I'm not too worried about shields on this ship. I'm worried about its hull, not its shield. What we're doing instead is putting 4 chaff launchers on there. We're going for mitigation of damage rather than outright shield tanking damage. The name of the game is this. When you're in a fight against a smaller ship or a larger ship, they pop their chaff, you pop your chaff. They pop their chaff, you pop your chaff. And obviously you've got enough chaff here for days, right? So if your shields do go down, you can just pop them like candy, right? And these things are really easy to synthesize too. You don't need that many resources. And then for the hard points, which is the bread and butter of this build. Pulse lasers. Yes, you heard it right. pulse lasers. It is an absolute must. It is imperative that you mod them with focused weapon. Let me show you why. I believe the hardest, this is the way it was explained to me. The hardest armored ship in the game is the Type 10, okay? And it has an armor hardness of 75. This adds piercing damage as well as range to your lasers, okay? Now, look at the armor piercing. Without it, it would be a 52. With the modification, we got it up to 104. So the Type 10 has an armor hardness of 75. We're above 75, so that means we're going to be doing full damage. If we were lower than 75, you would subtract that, and it would take the difference and do that much damage to the ship, and we don't want that, okay? Now, as you get down to like the lower class, the smaller class lasers here, you'll notice it's only up to 40, okay? And that's fine. That means the smaller class ones are not going to be doing an insane amount of damage to like a Type 10, but they're still going to be doing more due to the armor piercing, you know, as if you have it, right? Like, if you didn't have it, you wouldn't be doing that much damage to the hull. We're interested in destroying hulls and shields with this build, as you will see. So I've got it all. They're all up to grade 4. They're not grade 5 yet, but as you saw, we were handling ships no problem. The clippers, smaller ships, everything. We were just blowing them completely out of the water. So that's it for the build section. If you guys want to see what the ship can do, stay tuned. That's coming right after this. You guys have a great and wonderful day. If you have any questions or comments, make sure you leave them below. Thank you guys so much for the support for the channel. I really appreciate it.